A bar owner in downtown Rotorua says emergency housing is killing the town and brazen crime is rampant. A short-term motel stays by those urgently needing somewhere to stay have been partly blamed for crime and general disorder in the central city. And official documents show ministers were warned this time last year low-end emergency motel accommodation and the CBD night shelter were creating risks to public safety, while the individuals were not getting the support they needed. Reg Hennessy told our political editor Jane Patterson the situation's a disgrace.
I can tell you it's slowly killing our town. I've never seen Rotorua so bad, so ugly in all my life. You know, both myself and my family and so many people that I know totally support looking after people in need, particularly if they've got nowhere to sleep. But what am I seeing? I'm seeing crime, I'm seeing drugs getting sold openly on the street, I'm seeing gangsters, I'm seeing youth gangs. But when you walk past a motel in Fenton Street and you see mongrel mob colours hanging up in the windows, showing off so the whole world can see it, it doesn't make me proud to belong to Rotorua anymore.
Obviously, we've had the pandemic and emergency housing was used to get people off the street who had been there. Yep. We are a year on from the full lockdown. Is the situation getting any better?
No, not at all. It's just getting worse. It's multiplying. It's multiplying all the time. I'll just give you a couple of examples. Outside the front of our pub, we have a lovely dining area, an off-street area where people eat and drink and socialise and just, what all decent law-abiding citizens should do. And I've seen them walk along and reach over and grab a steak off someone's plate. I've seen them walk along and grab a person's packet of cigarettes. I've seen them jump over the barriers and grab people's phones. I've seen some terrible things, Jane, disgusting.
We're seeing that a lot of people with kids are in these situations. You mentioned two littlies before running around, but, what do you see in terms of families who are actually having to live amongst all of this as well?
Every day you see young kids running around the streets of Fenton Street, up the side streets, playing like normal kids would do, unsupervised in dangerously vulnerable situations, and with some of the people that are living and moving around in those areas will worry the hell out of me if they were my kids or anything that I was responsible for, because they're not safe. It's an unhealthy, absolutely disgustingly unhealthy environment, and for the council and the government to say, that we're going to do something about it and not do something about it is just beyond, these are kids, these are little kids. Come on, Jacinda, you told us you're going to look after the kids of this country. Well, let's start with these people in Rotorua. These kids are doing it tough, and I hate to think, what their futures look like if we don't step in and help them.
That was Reg Hennessy, the owner of Hennessy's Irish Bar, speaking to Jane Patterson.